Welcome. Today's report begins with a demonstration of the operational mastery of the unmanned systems forces. We observe complex work against enemy manpower in difficult conditions. The key aspect of this episode is exceptional precision. Operators execute drops into extremely narrow spots, effectively reaching targets where they thought they were protected by the terrain. FPV drone piloting against shelters deserves special attention. The apparatuses fly intricately inside fortifications through narrow openings and entrances. This proves that physical barriers and walls are no longer a guarantee of safety against maneuverable engagement assets. This episode captures the engagement of an extremely rare engineering target, a heavy bridge-laying complex. Contrary to safety rules, the equipment is located in completely open terrain, becoming an ideal high-contrast target. The FPV drone operator exploits this error, delivering a precise strike. The loss of such a vehicle is critical, as it instantly deprives the adversary of the ability to rapidly establish crossings over water obstacles or ditches in this sector. We see the interception of a high-mobility ATV with a crew. The adversary attempted to use speed to maneuver, but the FPV drone operator perfectly calculated the approach trajectory. A direct hit leads to the immediate incapacitation of the vehicle and manpower. This episode captures intensive operations against priority heavy targets. FPV drones deliver a series of powerful strikes, the effectiveness of which is confirmed by thick, black smoke completely obscuring the impact site. Such massive and dense smoke is a clear marker of critical damage. It indicates fuel tank ignition or internal ammunition detonation, guaranteeing the equipment's incapacitation. Next, the operation smoothly transitions to the phase of clearing manpower. We see the methodical work of heavy bombers. They execute a series of pinpoint drops, effectively neutralizing infantry left without armor fire support and chaotically trying to find new cover on the terrain. This extended segment demonstrates the specifics of combat operations in built-up areas. The adversary actively uses both small residential houses and large industrial structures to set up shelters, relying on the protection of capital walls. However, FPV drone operators nullify this advantage thanks to exceptional piloting skills in confined spaces. An illustrative episode is where a drone doesn't just attack the facade but flies directly inside a room converted into an improvised garage for cargo transport. Detecting and destroying a logistical unit under a roof is the result of precise reconnaissance and surgical control. Next, we observe systematic work against other identified positions. Methodical strikes inside buildings destroy internal partitions and make their further use impossible. This proves that in modern warfare, even capital structures cease to be reliable fortresses, turning into vulnerable traps. The next episode demonstrates the intensity of heavy bomber night operations. Engineering shelters become the main objective. The use of high-sensitivity thermal imagers allows operators to detect heat signatures at dugout entrances. We see a series of precise drops that destroy protective overhead covers. This creates conditions of constant pressure, depriving the adversary of the opportunity for safe rest even under the cover of total darkness. These frames illustrate the methodical clearing of trench lines. FPV drones effectively engage manpower in trenches both by day and night, thanks to the use of thermal imagers. This ensures round-the-clock fire control over enemy fortifications. This fragment illustrates the wide geography of combat application of FPV systems. We observe how operators adapt to different landscape conditions without losing effectiveness. First, attention is focused on the sparse residential sector. Servicemen try to press against the walls of private houses, counting on protection, but the drone's maneuverability allows it to bypass obstacles and strike the target. Next, the action moves to a wooded area. Despite natural obstacles like trunks and branches, the operator maintains visual contact and conducts a precise attack. The following episode unfolds directly near a water body. The water obstacle limits escape routes for the infantry, simplifying interception. The series concludes with operations in an open field. Here, the complete absence of cover makes the group maximally vulnerable, allowing the drone to unimpededly enter its final trajectory. This dynamic episode begins with an interception on the water. An FPV drone catches up with and strikes an inflatable boat carrying personnel. Next, the operation scales up to priority land targets. We see a series of strikes on 3 artillery cannons, the methodical destruction of 3 engineering shelters, and the elimination of a communication antenna, effectively blinding the command sector. The cycle concludes with a control strike on the coast. The damaged boat, washed ashore by the current, is definitively put out of action, guaranteeing the watercraft's complete elimination. This episode captures the final clearing of logistics. Operators methodically destroy abandoned motorcycles on the roadsides. This is a critically important step. The complete incapacitation of left-behind transport ensures that the adversary cannot return for it for evacuation or use in new assaults. The report concludes with an intensive night phase using heavy bombers. Thanks to thermal imaging control, operators continue pinpoint engagement of manpower even in total darkness. This creates conditions of continuous pressure, definitively depriving the adversary of the opportunity for safe rest or covert movement until morning. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.